Alright, this is going to be my instructional video on how to drive a 5-speed. It's a little bit more complicated than some people think, but at the same time it's not. It's actually quite easy once you get the hang of it. It's almost the easiest thing that I can relate it to is like riding a bike. First you start with training wheels, then you get better. The differences you'll find in a manual transmission car versus a automatic transmission car is most manual transmission cars come with a thing called a tachometer. Now that shows your revolutions per minute that are coming from your engine. Okay? Right now it's a little bit under 1 because it's a bit of a cold start. But that's about where it's supposed to be at normally, maybe even 500. And of course, obviously, you know, your speedometer, all that stuff. But you have a different kind of a gear stick, which is right here. Don't know if you can really see it. It's kind of dark. I apologize for that. But now, I'm just going to go over the gear stick, and then we'll go over the pedals and stuff like that. The gear stick, this is a 5-speed, with the 5-speed being, with the 5th gear being overdrive. So, in middle, it rests in neutral, and it rests right in the middle, in between 3 and 4. So, in other words, I'll shift through the gears. You take it in the middle, take it to the left, up for first. Okay, now it goes back to the middle. Okay, left, down for second. Bring it, goes back to the middle. Straight up for third, straight down for fourth, and all the way over to the right and up for fifth. Now then, if you bring it all the way over to the right and down, that's reverse. Okay, so now that we've gone over that, in a 5-speed, and I know you can't see it, there are 3 pedals. The one all the way over to the left is called the clutch. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, you can't see them. But the one all the way over to the left is called the clutch. Now, the clutch is a very key piece of a 5-speed. The clutch is what allows you to shift gears. Now, so when you go into first from neutral, okay, so right now I only have my foot on the brake because I'm on a hill. So when you have your foot, when you have the gear in neutral, you want to press down fully on the clutch, bring your hand all the way over to the left, and push up. Now that's how you shift into first, and into second, third, etc., etc. You always want to have the clutch down when you're shifting gears, when you are going from first to second, second to fifth, no matter what, as well as downshifting, fourth to first, second to first, whatever. Now, you can always tell that the car, in my case the truck, is in neutral because the gear shifter will move left and right. Always rests in the middle position where it's in neutral. So, now that we've gone over that, when you start to take off, this is the difference in a manual transmission, mostly, that people have a hard time with. When you start to take off in a manual transmission car, you want to hold down the clutch, hold down the brake, put it in first gear, and slowly release off of the clutch while slowly adding on gas. What I find also works is if you hold the gas up to about 1500 RPM, which isn't quite hard to hold. I'll show you. Hold it right about there, maybe even in between 2 if you can, in between 1.5 and 2. And what that'll do is allow the truck to be just fast enough to be able to shift without stalling. Now, if you don't use enough gas, the car jerks and stalls. If you use too much gas, you might end up wasting a little bit of tread on your rear tires. It's not very hard of a complex. It's just getting used to it. I mean, I've only owned this truck for a day and a half, but I used to live on a farm, so I'm used to driving a 5-speed. I just figured I'd throw out an educational video for you out there who don't know how to drive, would like to learn how to drive it, or are getting a 5-speed, 4-speed, whatever. It's all the same concept. Now, whenever you start to brake, if you're going to be braking too much, the engine will stall on itself because it can't handle too low of speeds. So what you want to do is you want to either push on the clutch. You can stay in that gear if you're going to just be slowing down a little bit. So push on the clutch and push on the brake, or push on the clutch, throw it into neutral, and then push on the brake. But you never want to have it in a gear and just push on the brake. That'll end up causing the car to stall. Now, for shifting from first into, from shifting from first to second is not very hard of a concept. So Okay, so you're in first, you slowly let off of the clutch while slowly putting on the gas, okay? Say that you start moving. Now, you can tell when you want to shift is when the RPMs get up to about 2 or 3. If you're going fast enough, maybe 3 or 4, but that's as far as you want to go. My truck doesn't have it, but most cars around 6 and 7 have a red line. You never want to hit the red line. That's bad for the engine. So, once you get to there, okay, so you're in first gear, you're moving, saying you're going about 15 miles an hour. In my truck, that means that the rev would be about 3,000. Okay, so you press on the clutch, move the gear shifter down into second. Now, when releasing the clutch, you do not have to balance it out. You can just slowly let it off and keep back going on the gas. But whenever you shift, you don't want to put on any gas. Just let your foot off the gas pedal. Like I said, it's not really too hard of a concept once you get the idea of it. It's just getting used to the shifting from first. But shifting from first into any gear, you do not have to balance it out. You just have to slowly let off the clutch. And if you let off the clutch too fast, it won't stall, but it will jerk a lot. And eventually, once you get used to driving the 5-speed, you'll learn all the ins and outs and shortcuts that you can take, such as from going into first. If you're going on a hill, if you let off the clutch slowly enough to where it makes contact, it will just start to roll, and then you can put on gas without having to even balance it out. Just little tricks that you end up learning. It's really not too hard, though. Well, I'm up to almost 7 minutes, so you get the idea. Maybe sometime I'll upload a driving video, something of me shifting the gears when it's actually daylight out. I hope you guys liked, and I hope you can learn from this if possible. It'd be nice to know that I kind of helped somebody out. Go and feel free to leave any comments, questions, anything like that. And if you ever need me to, I can always upload another video, probably even in the daylight. If you guys are wondering, the car that I'm using to show you is a 1989 Ford F-150. It's the 300 inline 6 with a 5-speed manual trans. And I hope you guys find this video helpful. I know I'm probably not the best of teacher, but I hope you can at least understand the main parts. And like I said, I'll try and upload a driving video sometime even. So, hope you liked my video.